Ethiopian Doro Wot is a delicious chicken curry made with a complex spice mix known as Berbere. You can buy this ready-made, but making it at home gives you a much better flavor. It's complex, but it's not difficult to make at all because most of the spices are available in a regular Indian kitchen. Start off by using Pandi chillies. If you can't find those, use bedgi or kashmiri dried chillies. To this, add a variety of spices such as cinnamon, fenugreek or methi seeds, coriander seeds, cumin, kalonji or nigella sativa, green cardamom, black cardamom. Ethiopian cardamom, which is required for this recipe, has some similarities with green cardamom, but it is different. To this, add some cloves, add some cinnamon, and stir on a low flame until you have an aromatic and lightly bronzed mixture of spices. You don't want to overcook this because you will be cooking the ground version of it in the curry a fair bit. Now remove the spices, cool them completely, and you're going to add a few more items to these before you grind them. To this, you want to add some fresh rosemary leaves. You want to add some Indian holy basil or tulsi. I prefer to use the leaves to the seeds because they're very sort of pungent and aromatic. To this, I'm going to add some nutmeg powder as well as some allspice berries. You get a beautiful, robust, earthy and very unusual spice mix with this combination of spices. So grind it to a smooth paste and reserve. Now the Ethiopians use a form of fermented butter, which is a little bit like ghee. So I'm going to use some ghee as well as some vegetable oil. This curry is entirely based on onions. I use 7 onions to make this, red onions, which I peeled and chopped very finely. These onions need to be cooked slowly until they caramelize and turn into a deep golden brown. They mustn't burn, and therefore you have to be patient while cooking them. Keep cooking them on a low to medium flame. You may have to add a little bit more oil from time to time to facilitate the cooking and prevent burning at the bottom. I like to use a clay pot to cook this because the clay pot absorbs water much faster and the onions tend to caramelize faster. Add some really high quality tomato paste to this, not puree but paste. You want an intense tomato flavor and intense color. Now add some garlic ginger paste and continue to saute it until the onions keep on getting more bronzed in color. This is a slow process, but I promise you the patience you show will be worth it. Now add the Berbere spice paste to this. It's very herbally, it's very aromatic. You'll be able to smell this gorgeous combination once you start cooking it. Now add your curry cut chicken. You want large pieces of curry cut chicken. Sear them first on medium flame for a little bit. Add a little bit of turmeric. This intensifies the bronzeness of the curry mix. Saute it again. Now add water to just cover the chicken. Lower your flame to as low as you can get it. Cover the chicken and let it cook very slowly until the meat falls off the bone and the gravy is thick and luscious and has a deep brown bronze color, which is very unique to Doro Wot. Doro Wot is generally eaten with Injere, which is a teff dosa. We don't have that in India, and it takes 5 or 6 days to prepare the batter, so I serve it with Kal Dosa or Benne dosa. You may need to add more water from time to time. You will also need some hard-boiled eggs, which go into the curry towards the end and cook with the gravy just for about 3 or 4 minutes to absorb some of the flavors. Now serve this piping hot. Traditionally, it would be placed over a plate that's covered with Injere, but since we don't have Injere, I used a Benne dosa. You can also use a Kal Dosa. Basically, something spongy and soft that can absorb all the delicious gravy and the flavors of Doro Wot. As you know, Ethiopian food, like Indian food, is eaten with your hands. And you basically allow the dosa to absorb all the flavors of the curry. Gets really soft and soppy. And then you just enjoy the tender, delicate chicken that falls off the bone and the wonderful flavors.